I was thinking when we were flying here across the country, what I want to talk to you about, and I was thinking about just obviously the success with the quarterbacks, Baker and Kyler and Caleb, and but the unique part is that all those guys transferred in, had been through some adversity. It wasn't always butterflies and rainbows in their life, but you found a way when they played for you to block out distraction and get them to play their very best on Saturday. What do you think goes into how you specifically actually develop quarterbacks, especially because also it's hard in college football. A lot of 5-star Big Ten quarterbacks don't pan out, but a lot of them have for you specifically. What do you think it is about how you actually develop quarterbacks that allows that to happen? I got a big announcement. I just released my brand new resource for anyone trying to get recruited to play college football. Whether you're a player, the coach of a player, a parent of a player, this resource will help you learn everything you need to know to dominate the college football recruiting process. It's called the Get Coaches to Call Game Plan, and inside I'll reveal the secrets that top recruits use to make dynamic highlight videos and get in touch with coaches, and I'll give you a step-by-step guide for how to get coaches to notice you and reach out to you. The best part is that it's totally free. All I need is your name and your email. Check the link in the show notes. Now let's get back to the podcast.
Well, I think we've done a good job of sticking to our guns on the way we evaluate guys.
Yeah.
We've historically not offered a lot of guys. We've really zeroed in on the people that we really believe in, and we have not cast a very wide net. And I think we've stayed true to that. And it's been challenges at some point because there's a lot of really good players and a lot of really good quarterbacks out there. And so I think that would be number one. We've kind of got our internal list of priorities that we stick to, that we very much believe in. I think we've been able to put them in some really good situations in terms of the coaching staff, the assistant coaches, the scheme, being able to put good players around them. And then I think we've been able to adapt. Each of those guys that you mentioned had different strengths, had different weaknesses, and I think part of developing is helping players really improve on their weaknesses, but also competitively on Saturdays for us, are you putting them in a position to do what they do best and building it to them? Or are you saying, no, this is what we're going to do and I need you to be able to do this? And we've been a little bit more of the first. And and I think there's been a consistency with that our guys have appreciated through the years. So. But it all starts with having the right guys in the room. I mean, that's there's a lot of people that could have coached those guys and coached them really well and done a great job with them too. So I first admit that.
Yeah, great point about it all starts with evaluation. What is, say you're about to watch a high school quarterback and decide, are we interested or are we going to offer this kid? What are the things that you are looking for on film right away? Real quick, guys, I have a free $100 deposit bonus for you from PrizePicks with my code AdamB or the link in my bio. PrizePicks is the best way to fire on sports because you pick players instead of teams. It's the most fun, and if you know how players are going to perform, you can make up to 10x your money. So go get that $100 bonus with my code AdamB or link in my bio.
Well, I think first, just an overall standard of I think when we watch guys, we have a standard of play for that position and others within our program where we'll get the full evaluation, but then ask ourselves some tough questions. Like if the standard is for a quarterback or a linebacker or a safety or whoever it is to play at this level, when we watch this tape, do we have a real belief that this guy can do that? I mean, at the end of the day, you got to really believe that as a coach. And for me, I know, like specifically for quarterbacks, like if I watch somebody and I'm not pretty excited watching that tape, that's probably telling me something. That doesn't mean there's not things I don't like about the guy, but you want to coach people that you're passionate about. Just like players, recruits out there, they want coaches that are passionate about them or a place that they're passionate about. Like it goes both ways. Yeah. And so I think we got to have a passion about what they are. We have some physical characteristics that we try to check off, which I don't think would be anything, out of the ordinary, but we also try to pay a lot of attention to the makeup of them, who they are as a competitor, who they are as a teammate, do they make others around them better? We try to really pay attention as much as we can and do our homework. And then, we've just been extremely patient. And I know it's been frustrating at times for people because we are, and there's, a lot of different trains of thoughts. There's a lot of schools that just throw out offers. It's more of a first come, first served deal, and that's just never really been our mentality. And has it hurt us at times? Maybe it has, but I think in the long run, it's been, what's worked for us.
Yeah. With those quarterbacks I just mentioned, the guys that won Heisman's for you, is there a unique trait that you feel like those guys had in common that allowed them to be that successful?
Yeah, I'd say self-belief, just a true inner self-confidence. They all came into situations and where it's not like anything was handed to any of these guys. I mean, every one of those guys had to come in and earn a job, and some of them actually crossed over enough where one of the other guys was in the room, or there was already a really good player in the room, or somebody that had played, and they had to be willing to come in and compete, but they believed in themselves enough. It wasn't necessarily about what else is in the room. It was, I believe in my skill set, my work ethic, myself, and I believe in the situation that they have in terms of the offense or the development. And if you combine those two things, the competition will take care of itself. And that they all felt that. And that was important to me. I've always, when I've gotten around a player at any position that you feel like is overly concerned about what else is in the room, is that a good precursor, right, for looking ahead and saying, all right, this guy's going to be willing to come and compete, like, no matter what happens. A place like USC, there's going to be other good players in the room. Like, that's part of it. You want to play at a place like this, like, that's part of it. And you either embrace that or you shy away from that, and I feel like that's always very telling.
Yeah.